I like to start my knee and hip rehab sessions with a sciatic nerve glide. This nerve glide helps to release the tension within the sciatic nerve and also in your hamstrings as well. While doing this nerve glide, you should keep your knee straight and you should feel tension behind your knee while doing this. Next, you're going to do a static hamstring stretch. Keep your knee straight the entire time and you should feel that same stretch or tension in the back of your knee while performing this. Our last neural glide for this session is going to be the peroneal nerve glide. You're going to flex your hip to about 90 degrees and straighten your knee out as much as you can, and then do ankle circles clockwise and counterclockwise. Moving on to our strengthening exercises, we're going to start with four-way hip to activate our hip muscles. Start with flexion or a straight leg raise up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to do abduction, laying on our side, doing a side leg raise. And then we're going to move to extension, pushing that leg and hip back, keeping your knee straight. And then last but not least, adduction, strengthening the muscles of our groin here. The next exercise we're going to work on is glute bridges. So you're going to use your butt muscles to push your hips towards the ceiling. You should really be feeling a burn, and if you're not feeling a burn with double leg, make it more difficult by going to that single leg variation. For those of you who really want to challenge yourselves with this exercise, walk your heels out to where your legs are almost straight, and then walk them all the way back in. Next, we're going to target gluteus medius with clamshells. Make sure that your hips are stacked on top of each other and not leaning too far forwards or too far backwards. Moving on to hamstring curls, you're going to bring your heel towards your butt. Make sure that you are not compensating with your low back by arching your back to bring your heel towards you. Next, with knee extensions, you're going to bring your toes up, squeeze your quad, and straighten out that leg. Moving on to monster walks, you're going to perform this movement in 4 directions. And while you're doing this, you want to be cognizant of if you are trying to use momentum to get you through that range of motion. As you walk side to side, notice how I do not use my shoulders to push me one way or the other. This is a great exercise to activate those hip flexors. Notice how my hands are staying on my hips to make sure that my hips are staying level and my toes are up to drive against that resistance. Next, we're going to work on power output and balance with the single leg RDL. Make sure to engage your core, hinge at the hip, and use your glutes to come up. By using your glutes, you're making it a more explosive movement, and you'll see this directly translate onto the court. Nearing the end here, we're going to do a kneeling lunge, getting that knee over your toe and then pulling that back leg towards you. You should feel a really good stretch in the front of your hip on that one. And then we're going to work on our hip mobility with 90-90 hip rotations. If you're feeling spicy, you can try this variation that targets those deep internal and external rotators. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the court soon.